But right now, I want to bring a guy on. He's no stranger to the Player T Show. Came on years ago. Might even been like 10 years ago, something like that maybe. He's still rocking, doing greater things. He's got a hot clothing label, Reform USA. Y'all been seeing the stuff on the web circulating. Got really nice pieces. We got my man Malcom in the house. Yeah. Back at it. Yeah, back at it right here with Malcom from Reform USA. And he got one of his pieces on too.
Looking slicker than ever.
Got one of his pieces on. You know what I mean? Sharp.
Looking original.
Looking like one of them dudes on them music videos. You know what I'm saying? Looking like one of them music videos.
I never seen it before.
You know what I'm saying? Reform USA.
Yeah.
Malcom, it's been a minute, man. You're still at it. We're so proud, man.
Thank you, brother. Real shit. Thank
Very
you.
appreciate y'all. We're trying to hear Malcom, you know. Really proud of you, brother. How long has it been now since your inception?
Since last time I was here?
No, your inception, your beginning of the whole ordeal.
I started making or coming up with Reform USA in 2008, and I actually launched in 2014.
Hold on, fathom what he just said.
Yeah.
He came up with it in 2008 and didn't launch to 2014.
Basically just did real groundwork, real research, and also real life shit was also happening at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Like real life research as far as in the fashion industry and
that, and also like, you know, real life shit happening in your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because like, I mean, like, we all from Cleveland, right? You know, like, we not from.
Hold on, the steel cage ain't happened to us in life.
No,
okay.
But you know, but just you know, just finances, like, you know, like coming up for what I wanted to do as an actual brand. You know, it didn't cost a few thousand, whatever. Like this is real life. Investing here. All right, year one. Investing here. Doing your research here. Learning what a pattern is. Learning what grading is. Learning what different fabrics. Learning sewing construction. Like real life.
Hold on. So I gotta ask you, Malcom. All this research and study, it was spurred on by your own wanting to do it, or
no? Absolutely not. My mother and both my grandmothers were seamstresses. So like, I grew up in it.
It was inspired.
Yeah. So
see what happens when you do stuff and you can pass the knowledge down.
Like my mom made literally probably hundreds, damn near almost thousands of prom dresses and suits for her high school kids when she was at South, she was at Adams, like this like the 90s to like the early 2000s.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh, so some of y'all fits. So it come to see years later. I seen some of them pictures. Some of y'all was from the 90s. Y'all was in them fits, and Mom Dukes made that.
Flat out. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
My friend, hey, you know what? I want to highlight that too because you know being out there in Los Angeles now, you know, like
that's where you're at now.
Yeah. Most of the seamstresses that I deal with, or you know, people who sew or you know, cut and sew warehouses in general, like they're mostly of Latin descent. You know, it might have a Korean owner, it might have a Latin owner, it might have a Jewish owner, but most of the seamstresses are Latin. But I didn't realize that or even got exposed to that until I got there because from what I grew up under, all the seamstresses that I knew growing up were all black.
Dark skin.
My folks, because you know, coming from the South, what do we do?
That's all you did.
You know, like real shit. You know what I mean? So like, you know, with that being kind of just passed down the line, it was just around me all the time since I've been in the world. I mean, I'm front.
Well, you just enlightened me because I could have swore it was Koreans and all of that, but you said it was dark people.
Overseas, yes. Overseas, yes.
But here,
everything.
Yeah.
But you know what, Malcolm, though, when I see your brand, man, you take pride in it. You don't got no cheap stuff.
No, not at all.
I ain't talking about a price. I'm talking about the makeup of the product.
That's why I said this has all been a process, man. I've been out for almost 10 years. I probably really just started doing something, you know, as like a respectable brand, probably the last 4 years. But that's because I had the access to do what I wanted to do for years. Because all the little research that I was doing back here in Cleveland, like, you know, when I first started, I already knew I wanted to do cut and sew. I already knew I need to go see manufacturers to make windbreakers like this, pants like this. You know what I'm saying? Not just going to so-and-so and buying gildings and pressing on them or doing embroidery on them.
You hear what he said? That's
what
a lot of y'all doing, buying gildings and putting some kind of logo on it.
Hey, look, I did it too, you know what I'm saying? But if you want a stake in placement, that's fine, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like if you call yourself a real life brand, then you need to start doing real life brand things.
Huh? Now, one thing I picked up on, one thing you said you're out in LA now. So you didn't grew to where you're out in LA. What was the move to LA about, and what are you doing in LA?
I got invited to go out there for a men's trade show. So long story short, by me doing groundwork and, you know, and doing trade shows in DC, you know, from like Reform USA from like, you know, 2014 to 2019, you know, just growing and growing and growing. Man, I want to say I got a random email from LA's men's fashion warehouse. Shout out to them. They basically had invited me to come to show off my brand. And when I got there, my table or my, you know, my little booth, whatever, I was just talking to my homie about this other day. My booth was in between Diamond, like the actual streetwear skateboarding brand Diamond, and the Hundreds. And these are two powerhouses, you know what I'm saying? I grew up wearing these cats, you know what I'm saying, back in the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, man, I was looking like, damn, people was walking past, you know, saying, oh, yeah, cool dang, you know, cool little logo, but, you know, like, you got any windbreakers, got like this, got that, that'd all be cool if you had this. I'm like, man, you know, no, I got this, got that, but me already knowing back in my mind, like, yo, all right, I'm here, this is where it's created at, I need to be here. So I literally had asked the person who was representing for Diamond, and said, hey, man, listen, you know, I've been out here for some years, I've been doing this, doing that, I make cool little logos, but, you know, I want to take it to the next level. Now that I'm here and I have access to it. So if you can, help me out. He gave me a number, and then I met somebody, and I pretty much had worked with that person for 2.5 years. I learned the whole entire cut and sew industry from that man for 2.5 years for free. For free. But for free.
He saw something in you to teach you, or you wouldn't take no for an answer. You kept coming around, soaking up game.
Both. Because when I came to him, I said, hey, you know, I'm trying to learn this, trying to learn that. It's a Mexican guy. His name is Jesus. Shout out to him, too. He taught me the whole entire cut and sew industry. So I'm a lead in that, too. So not just now, I just have I do have a brand, but I'm also a manufacturer for other brands now nationwide.
Oh, you're a manufacturer now, too.
Yeah.
So basically, in the time since we last talked, you then became not only a seller of your own clothing items, but a manufacturer.
A producer for others.
A producer for others.
Yes.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So tell me, you know, what's been the biggest thing you learned coming from Cleveland, starting out, and then getting out to Los Angeles in a bigger market, you know, and having the years in now? What's the biggest thing you've learned?
Wow. That's definitely not something I could just come up on the fly because that's a lot.
Learn that he got what it takes.
LA first is drastically different from
So
anywhere
it was a
I've
culture
been
shock to you?
Man, like massively, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I had to also learn how to adapt to a different group of peoples, different attitudes. You know, our culture, as you know, as me and you, it's infectious out there. Like it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just like in other bigger cities, whatever, not. You know what I'm saying? But being from Cleveland, you know, we are from a majority black city, so this is just what it is. But out there, when you see others playing and looking a role like you, but if you make them mad or make them upset, they'll call you a, you know, and minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, very, very interesting. Like it's not everywhere, but it is there. It definitely does exist. So like I had to get used to that. Like as far as like people acting and dressing like you, but if you don't do something right or you make them upset, you know what I'm saying, they'll take it there just because you know they want to be like everybody want to be in, but don't want to be a.
That's right.
Yeah, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
They like it, but they don't want it.
No.
What you saying? You saying they like the culture of the dark people, but they don't want the repercussions that come with it.
At all. Absolutely not. So that was pretty much the overall biggest hurdle to accept, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Because, again, you know, I went to college in the majority black city and state. I lived in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like Orlando, it's pretty much either like black and brown like that.
Is it a thing about you don't regret it because if had not you gone and made the trip and took the chance, you wouldn't have grown mentally where you are.
Absolutely
now.
not. I was at a place in my life where say, you know, hey, you know, I'm gonna keep on doing this here in Cleveland and have slow growth and be a local hero, or do I want to actually you know, capture the nation or probably the world?
Tell me about the moment when you figured that out, though, Malcolm. You know, because that ain't easy to do. You know, that ain't. You know, you say like you said, you could stay here and been a local hero, or you could take the sacrifice to grow. You know, so talk about that time and that time frame, that time period. Like, how did you get the confidence to just trust in yourself and go the route you end up going? Like, what did you do? Did you separate yourself from friends and family? Did you go into an incubator? Did you stay in the manufacturing process 23 hours out of the 24-hour a day? What did you do?
It's not what I did. It was more so just me being completely honest. I'm being completely honest. Just passion. Like
it was your passion.
Yeah, you know, that's all it is. You know, like people say, "Oh, is this like I had this journey?" Nah, man. You know, because like if you ain't got no passion for it, you know, then you're not willing to go broke for it. You're not willing to be, you know, hungry them days, them nights. You know, so you can't get with, you know, that little steak and lobster. You know, so you're gonna have to settle for McDonald's for 2-3 months straight. Like, you know, if you're not ready for that, you know what I'm saying, then you know.
What do you think about? You know what? It's a guy in the fashion world. He just passed away, Virgil. You remember him?
Yes, absolutely.
I gotta be honest. I really didn't like. I had seen his work before he died, but I didn't know it was his. But when he died, I hadn't heard of him until he died. You know, that was a tragic thing. But it seemed like when he died, then everybody wanted to wear his stuff. And I was thinking, like, when he was alive.
That's up. Yeah,
I'm tripping.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
oh, you made some racks off his clothes. What, reselling and stuff?
Resell.
I used to make like 2 bands off of
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So do you hope to become revered as such?
I would like to be on the same platform, absolutely, because, you know, he is him, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're two different people, 2 different styles, but
your stories are.
But stories are very similar, but, you know, 2 different people. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, those guys had more access in the early 30s. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start having this access till like the past few years. You know what I mean? Like you know, like these guys had access to, so, you know, listen, Virgil was a homie of Kanye at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So you know, like with that.
He has a big homie, in other words.
Like, you know, like in other words, you know what I mean? Like he already had, you know, some kind of, you know, I guess you could say,
support.
Something. You understand what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, by Kanye or also wanted to be into it, like they both did it together. You know what I mean? Like them dudes was like dudes for real.
Hey,
you know
Malcolm,
what I mean? Like,
are you constantly 24/7 in one of your own pieces?
Nowadays, now that I have access, and I can do it whenever I want to do it, versus, you know, just thinking about it here. And I actually, you know, just think about it and do it out there. I mean, yeah, why not?
It's got to feel good, man.
No, it feels phenomenal. Yeah.
You're coming out, it's something you made. Nobody else even got it, and somebody stops you. Say, hey, man, how did you get that?
I just released these about not even Not even a full 2 weeks ago. I just dropped these online. Reform.
I be forgotten about, man. I be forgotten about. Dudes make nice stuff. They'll say T, you know.
ReformUSAskateboarding.com. Yeah, that's the website. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dropped a week ago.
These
The jacket.
yeah,
Windbreakers.
anorex, some hats, some pants, a bomber jacket, and I'm dropping some other stuff next week. So actually, while I'm here right now, huh?
Are you wholesaling yet?
I'm wholesaling for other people who actually want to make other things, absolutely. But mine's is strictly retail. Like, but again, like I'm a producer for other brands. You know what I'm saying? Like now I wholesale to them so they can retail to other people like us.
Yeah, I want to be one of. We want to be one of your distributors.
Well, you let me know when you're ready. I mean, I got all the access in the world. You gotta let me know when you're ready. Straight up. Straight up then. Yeah.
Let us know what we need to have or do, and we'll get started.
As a matter of fact, Malcolm, what's your requirement of a distributor to work with you? What do you ask of them? What do you require of them? How do you see a distributor?
So this is how it goes in the manufacturing in the United States. Listen to me if y'all can. So usually people think that you could just sample people to death, making just one-to-ones. Like, that's cool. Now, they'll do that to you all day overseas, like in China, Taiwan, South Korea, Bangladesh, you know, to get everything has to be made a sample first. You understand what I'm saying? Then your production happens. So people think here in the States, which I find crazy, but again, people don't do their research. They just want to jump in the game because, I'm a clothing brand just because they got a T-shirt and a logo. It doesn't work like that. Absolutely not. So with that being said, people think production is like 24 or 50 units. No, production really starts off like real production starts off like at least 100 units per style. So like 100 units per this, 100 units per this, 100 units per that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's production. You know what I mean? Anything under like really 50 units is samples.
Anything other than that, you playing.
Yeah. And look, I'm still an underdog myself. It's just that now that I have more access and I can just whenever I want to, you know what I mean? Like I'm getting away with that.
Meaning you can produce something like you can go in the lab.
Which I do. I design all my stuff. Like I design all this.
You design yourself.
Yeah, like I said, like that. I started in 2008. That's why I learned this, learned that, learned a little graphic design. This, learned a little graphic. Here, steps. You know what I'm saying? But I was just collecting like the little Thanos, the little the stones. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like legit on that mission. You know what I'm saying? And like once I got to that production, you know, I had all. You know, that's really what it was. I had to go through some things to get this. Go through some things to get that. Those, you know, and this is all, you know, year 2 4 process for each little thing that I wanted to obtain.
You say you do study and research. Did you study the plight of those before you, like Carl Kanai?
Man,
what happened
I
with
literally
that?
just met one of the owners from Cross Colors about 3 weeks ago, bruh. Look, swear to God, JT Walker or TJ Walker, yeah,
Okay.
like one of the original owners of Cross Colors. I just met that man. Yes, I grew up in the 90s, so like, you know,
going to events, dealing with fashion and stuff like that.
bruh. I actually see Carl Kanai all the time, like no, bro, no. I'm not trying to flex on y'all, because LA is like really like that.
Yeah.
Like it's really like that. Like you don't know who you gonna walk into or you know see every day. In fact, man, hold up. Wait, true story. Look at this. What did he say? Hold on, my guy right here. Read that message.
Who is this from?
My homie who's running my shop right now.
Terrell Owens came by for you. Huh? T.O. Terrell Owens came by for you. I told him you'll be back next week. He said he gonna come back in. He ready to get some patterns made.
That's right.
Huh? T.O. about to get some patterns made.
Real.
T.O. Y'all know who T.O. is. Don't act like you don't know who T.O. is.
So long story short, how I got introduced to him, you know, he just be around the way, you know, and by me doing what I've been doing out in L.A. and being vigorously hustling on the block, you know, plus I'm 6'6", people see me.
Hold on, vigorously hustling on the block.
Man.
Let's break that down.
Vigorously.
You be out there with your units?
Man, what? No,
out the truck?
Like, not just that, because, you know, more so everything's done more so digitally, you know, but, or like, I might have one or two pieces, or I might have some known, you know what I'm saying? Because and by me being tall, it does attract some attention, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I just catch
like
people on that.
Mannequin and shit, you know, yeah, this me, check me out, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you got a brick and mortar out in L.A.?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna come visit you.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Come visit you.
Please. Pretty please.
You care to get an address to your brick and mortar?
1300 South Main Street.
1300 South Main Street.
I got partners though too. I want to shout them out. Nick and Nate are my partners. Our manufacturing company is called Newland Industries.
Newland Industries. And
that's Newland, like
Newland Industries.
Cleveland. See, no,
Newland. Okay, yeah, I got you. So is that the entity that's working with these other labels, producing their stuff?
That's my production company.
That's your production company.
So as far as like that goes, you know, I mean, my two partners, you know, it's three owners, you know, it's three of us. Like again, I got to shout them out again. Nick and Nick and Nate. I got to shout them out.
Big shout out to Nick and Nate.
I want no man. You ain't make man. I don't want to hear none of that. You know,
right.
Nick and Nate.
Yeah. What's up, Nick and Nate? Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So in that store, is it all Reform USA, or do we got other brands in there with us?
Of course, I got some of my samples in there, but like, you know, when you walk in there, it's, you know, multiple samples. You know, people who I did stuff in Atlanta, people I did stuff in DC, LA there.
But it is a Reform USA store though.
Oh no, it's Newland Industries. It's
okay,
completely
Newland,
separate.
Okay,
that don't mix. That's something that's completely different over here.
That's why you say I do got pieces in there. Right. Okay. Why didn't we do the Reform USA store exclusive?
No. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's all under the same umbrella because it has to do with production. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's being created. You know what I mean? It's just
so basically, it sounds like you thinking bigger than Reform USA right about now.
I've been thinking like this. It's just that I had to get to it because like I needed access. So now that I had the access, I ain't shit about to stop me as long as I'm breathing.
Right. So if somebody wanted to patronize you and get some of your wares, how can they get in touch with you?
ReformUSAskateboarding.com. ReformUSAskateboarding.com. That's where you can grab all the stuff. Reform USA on Instagram. And I'm definitely trademark. And there's a few other brands that have been trying to bite me, but so I'm sitting that cease and desist, just letting y'all motherfuckers know right now. It's about to be a motherfucking rap. I'm tired of this shit.
Now, hold on. You know, Malcolm, before you go, I like to get game, you know.
Yes, sir.
And man, you've been doing this for some years. You're persevering through all trials and tribulations. You're learning as you go. And one thing, you take pride in what you do. You got really great products. So if you can, right now, there's a young man, young woman, maybe in the fashion industry, maybe got some pieces. They haven't been out to the trade shows in Vegas like maybe me and you go. You know, they haven't been there. You know, they don't know what to do. They trying to get to the first step. You know, help them get to first base right now.
So there is a ridiculous amount of, ridiculous amount of digital access that anybody just pick up a computer or, aka their phone, you know, and research how to do something. They can do all that, and I'm pretty sure, you know, some people do that out here. I'm sure, like, because a lot of these younger cats, they're just totally technology savvy is crazy. You know, like they're on it. You know what I mean? So, and I kind of hate when people be kind of like talking down like young as, you know, like 25 and under, man. Like, you know, they just this, they just that. Like, yo, like them dudes are like way more tech savvy than we ever been. Like, be scared of them dudes next few years, like real shit. So, you know, to my young people, you know what I'm saying? I support y'all, but if you're not passionate about it, just don't do it. Like don't even waste your time. You know, like if you really just try. Of course, I'm trying to get it for bread. You know what I mean? But you know, I had to make a production company just to, give that security of trying to make some, being financially stable. You know what I'm saying?
One day, you need to do.
Right. You know what I mean? But again, I've been broke for years. I've been broke, down and out for years. But you know what I'm saying? But if you're not passionate about it, people are just gonna quit. Like the first year, what I told somebody out in LA what I've been through for a year, they said, "No, dude, never. No, absolutely not, dude. No, what you did? What? No, dude, no." No, like, yeah, but
we hungry, we happy.
Like, if you want it, you really want it, but like, you have to be actually passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? The money will come. You know what I mean? Like it's going to come, but you have to be passionate about it, because like, if you're not passionate about it, then you're gonna quit, and then you're gonna be, doing whatever you're doing for somebody else.
Ain't that the truth? Yo, I want to thank Malcolm for coming out, representing Reform USA. Got the new pieces, got the store out in LA. We're going to see what is cracking, what is in for when we get out there next week. You know what I mean? I want to thank my man Chris Ivory, you know what I mean, and his family. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood.
I always wanted.
Hey, Chris, let's take a flick with Malcolm.
Be on the Player T show.